So this time we're going to talk about unlicensed medicines and what this means. Firstly, this isn't a line-by-line run-through of legislation, it's the simplified version. If you want to be a QC pharmacist in the future, you'll need to do some extra reading. First, what's a licensed medicine? A manufacturer jumps through all the hoops needed to prove it does what they claim, like clinical trials, and demonstrate they follow best practice in manufacturing. This costs lots, but in return they are allowed to promote their product, though they also take some responsibility if it does unexpected bad things. An unlicensed medicine is one made by a manufacturer who has chosen not to jump through all the hoops to get a license, or maybe we've imported it from abroad. Either way, the medicine doesn't have a license, so they can't promote it, but they also have less responsibility if it doesn't work as expected. Now you can intentionally or unintentionally change a licensed medicine into an unlicensed medicine, for example by crushing it or mixing it with other things. Also, if you use a licensed medicine for an indication not in its license, for example an adult medicine in a child, this is still a licensed medicine but it's an unlicensed use of a licensed medicine or off-label. So what does this mean? Well, it means that because the manufacturer of an unlicensed medicine is taking less responsibility, somebody else has to be picking this up. So who is? Now for nerds there's MHRA Guidance Note 14, but for non-nerds, well, responsibilities are complicated, but in law it's the prescriber, so they need to know that they're using an unlicensed medicine. However, these responsibilities may be shared. So first of all, someone needs to speak to the patient and make sure they're aware of the risks and benefits of using an unlicensed medicine. Also, the prescriber needs to make sure that there isn't a licensed alternative for this indication. If there is, they need to use it unless there's a clinical reason not to. Cost is not a justifiable reason. For the product that you're using, make sure it's of a suitable quality. This is where Pharmacy QC come in. And for some reason, when dispensing, record the batch number and expiry dates. Don't worry if you don't understand why, because nobody does. Other things to think about include making sure that there's information available for both patients and prescribers, because this can sometimes be very limited with unlicensed medicines. Make sure that the product is available when it's needed, both in hospital and community, because they're sometimes difficult to source. And also make sure you've got enough money in the bank, because they can sometimes be very expensive.